Hey guys, Josh from MediaFire. In today's video, I'm going to be covering the iOS 14 update and Facebook ads and clearing up a lot of your concerns around it and a lot of your questions that you've got and exactly why it's happening. So let's get into it. First of all, if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit the like button and subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you get all the latest videos from us first. Other than that, let's get into it. So, hey guys, let's go on. I want to clear up all your concerns at the minute. I've produced a Google document for all of you. So if you do want to get that, links in the description down below. If you've got any other questions, feel free to reach out in the comments below as well. Or feel free to shoot me a message via Facebook or Instagram, however you feel you need to. So let's get into it straight away. Why is it happening exactly? What is going on? So at the minute, everything's up in the air. And since last year, there's been security features that have been messing around. Ad accounts banned left, right and centre, and only recently we're finding out exactly what is going on. So apart from the iOS 14 update, we've got a consumer data law that's being addressed by big tech basically. And basically Apple and Facebook are now in huge competition with each other. The reason being is, when you look at it as a whole, Apple are selling products, apps, services, and the only thing they're not quite dominating is advertisement. So as a Facebook, on the other hand, they're pretty much leveraging all iPhone users. They're pretty much saying to Apple, fuck you, we've got your users, and we're going to be tracking them. And Apple have gone, whoa, we want a bit of this pie. That's pretty much what they've got. So Apple have now decided to put a prompt in front of you to allow you to decide if you wish to be tracked or not on each and every app. But however, like I just said, most users here, however, press the accept cookies button or even a GDR prompt at least 5-6 times a day without even realising it, guys. Most of us do. Without even realising it, because we're so quick to get to the website, accept, we just want to get to it. So now what Facebook are now doing is trying to prompt users before Apple prompts them, to give them the benefits to being tracked by behavioural advertisement. The benefits are good in a way, as we all want to be targeted with the products that are highly interested in. I don't know about you guys, but, if I'm going to be targeted with ads, I want to be targeted with products that I'm going to be interested in. So in my respect, I'm going to want to be tracked, because there's no point in getting, an ad approach me, let's say, for example, with this mouse. As much as I love a mouse and it helps me work, I'm not necessarily just going to be interested in it. I might get, something else come up. I might get this light come up, and I'm interested in it, but I'm not going to always be interested in it. I might get ridiculous ads just coming up at me that I'm not actually interested in at the time, because we all go through different interests as time goes on as well, and we want Facebook to get used to us and what we like, So anyway, let's go over that. I think basically it's in the customer's best interest to stay tracked like we have done for years, because like I just said, Apple just want a bit of the pie. They just want Facebook to write them a check. That's all they want. That's all they want. It's quite obvious what's going on here. Apple can't dominate Facebook advertisement platform. They can make their own and get in the way of Facebook, but we all know it's going to be a headache more so than anything. It'll just be easier to sign a check and job done. So studies have shown over the recent years, as tech has evolved, that many users of smartphones have allowed tracking via cookies without realising, and even push notifications. So if you're like me, you got any fitness apps and stuff like that, sometimes I do some fitness, but you'll get approached and say how many steps you've done and stuff like that. These are called push notifications. So it's keeping you in the loop, it's keeping you informed. This is what people want. People want to be involved. So overall, this should be good news, really. I personally think it is, which basically means a lot of people should be tracked. However, we do have a small percentage of people that are actually totally aware of being tracked, but actually prefer the opt-in method, like myself. So overall, when I look at the facts, I find that Apple are going to only actually take effect on probably about 10% of people being tracked at most, because mostly it's aimed at iPhone users. It wouldn't affect desktop users. It wouldn't even affect Android users. So like I've said above, people who want push notifications want this tech of being tracked and made aware of things so they can stay connected. Let's get down here. So let's talk about Facebook, yeah? They've already been patching things up within the Ad Manager already with a recent update with aggregated events within the Pixel Events Manager. Basically what you do, you verify your domain to each event to optimize the movement of your customers through the new update. A part of this tracking will still allow for one KPI to be tracked from a customer. So let's look at the example. If a customer adds to cart, this won't fire the pixel. If a customer adds to, initiate checkouts, the pixel still won't be fired. However, if they purchase for one conversion, this will then give us the KPI, the tracked movement. However, bearing in mind, that it's within 7-day attribution window. Reason why they've got rid of the 28-day attribution window, which I will touch on to in a little minute. So, other than that, one conversion can be tracked, and that will go straight into your Pixel data. but you won't get the add to cart and the initial checkout unless they are tracked. So this is why I'm saying to you, it's going to be harder in a whole to build custom audiences, LLAs, it's going to revolve in more money being spent. So this is where you need to see where your business is profitable at most on each conversion event, which I'll touch on base as well as we go further down. So let's talk about audience sizes for custom audiences and LLA then. So in regards of the iOS 14 custom audience update, it's going to be harder to track, especially if loads do opt out, which I highly do doubt for, but be prepared and be vigilant and be mindful for the fact that custom audiences will be smaller and harder to build more data overall. So in other words, you need to be in this for long term. In regards of LLA purchase, it will be fine, as I said above. Conversion will be tracked whether the person has opted in or not. So that is one sort of metric we can really follow up on. Only the other metrics won't be measured or fired onto the pixel if they've opted out. So I hope that makes sense to you all, guys. Let's touch on to the attribution window. So as many of you are aware, we are losing the 28-day attribution window from the update and automatically being replaced with a 7-day attribution, which basically means if a customer comes onto your landing page for the first time, being it day one, they come back 9 days later and buy this product, the pixel won't be fired to that event, if that makes sense. It won't be tracked. Anything over 7 days won't be tracked. This is part of the idea. But at the same time, I think it's a good idea. For me, I think it's brilliant and my store, because I'm confident that actually people that are going to come to my page, on my landing page, and then check out 28 days later, they're not my ideal sort of customers. Yes, it's one event to add up to the custom audiences, but they're not my ideal customers. My ideal customers are people that land on the website straight away, they buy, or a couple of days, they buy. So this is ideal for me purposely, and I think it's better for retargeting purposes. Definitely. So for all of you lot who are very quick to tweak ads as well, get used to optimizing. So I see many people all in the Facebook groups every day uploading a screenshot of their ads on 10 hours later, and they're saying, oh, my CTR is 0.2, they're going over everything and they're really worrying about everything. The CPCs are like $2, and you think, you need to let it optimize, guys. You need to let your ads warm up, because over a 24-hour period, your CPC will drop, your CTR will increase, your CPMs will most likely decrease or stay the same if they're low already. But these will fluctuate as time goes on anyway. So this is what I'm saying. This is very important for you guys that are very quick to tweak your ads, leave them to optimize. Reason being, we are now seeing ad reports delayed up to 72 hours, which means if a customer purchases from you, it may not show until 3 days later, which means no tampering with the ads whatsoever. As some of you may actually be aware by now, we've seen under report and delivery within the ad manager, but Facebook is very clever and you need to allow the ads to optimize for at least 3 days, maybe even a week before making any amendments to it. But also note, guys, there could be a slight overlap within the custom audiences due to this. So, like I said, there's going to be an ad reporting delay of 3 days. Let's say you run your ads for 7 days and you want to do retargeting. You might not have all that data there because of the slight overlap that's going to be coming in over the last 3 days update, if that makes sense. However, I'm also a believer of the fact that if Facebook gave us an update every week, instead of 3 days on our KPIs, we'd have much better advertisers. Don't you guys reckon? Because I find that some people on day one, too quick, they get their metrics and go, oh, they look awful, kill it, let's do something else. And in fact, there's probably nothing really wrong with it. You just need to let it optimize. So this is really good as well. So I think if they predominantly left us for a week, we'd see better advertisers due to this, and we wouldn't see people messing up their ads so quickly. We'd all make more accurate based decisions overall, rather than trying to cut in for a quick buck, which is very true. A lot of people, don't get me wrong, I know some of you guys are probably very experienced as well, and myself, I like to see results within a day or two, but sometimes it's not always the case with every store. Every store is different, and this is what I say to everyone, So for everyone that goes, oh no, you should be seeing a purchase within the first few hours or first day, don't. Guys, as long as you're seeing a purchase within 3 days, it's fine. You have to let your ads warm up, and every business runs unprofitable for the first 3 days, maybe even a week. And if you look at it in a whole, if you had a brick and mortar store, you're not seeing an ROI for 5 years at least. So get used to this, guys. A week is nothing. A week is nothing. So when you begin creating an ad on Facebook, you get to optimize your pixel to the corresponding event as well. So as many of you are aware, when you set up your ads within the ad manager, you'll get to select, whether you want to optimize your pixel for purchase, add to cart, view content, and then initiate checkout. There's about 17 different events altogether, guys. Add payment information, lead gen, you name it. We're now being chopped down to eight events as part of the update. So my best recommendation is to honestly start going through your data and rank what events you're running most. So let's say, for example, if you're running optimizing for purchase, most e-commerce brands will, you're going to want purchase. However, if you're optimizing for different events, all depending on what your business is based around and where you're profitable then, you know, start ranking it in accordance there. Other than that, so as a result of decrease in tracking and a decrease in custom audiences, when running ads, you need to be advertising to a broader audience as well to stand out. So this is another issue that I see, guys, and a lot of the times why CPCs are really dear in the first place is when I look straight away at your ads, one, you're targeting one country, which is fine. There's no right or wrong way, personally, I don't think. However, going forward, there will be. So in a minute, I get a few people say to me, I'm just advertising the US, is that okay? And I'm like, there's no right or wrong answer. Test it and see what it does. However, I like to start really, really broad. The reason being is because USA could bring me high CPCs at first. So what I want to do is try and leave it really, really broad. Normally like 21 to 65, male and female, unless I know it's a beauty product, I'm going to go for female. I'm going to leave everything broad. I want an audience size of at least 10 to 100 million before I can even start thinking about, you know, getting any metrics in to then optimize and do something different. So broad audiences all the way, guys. This is the only way you're going to stand a chance of in the mix as we go on anyway. Audience sizes of like 500k, you're not going to reach anyone. You're not going to reach anyone, and especially if people are not being tracked, you're not going to reach anyone. So I want to cover this subject because I think this is a really, really good pain point to go over. I think a lot of us suffered, even including myself. I suffered like my business manager ban for 2 whole months in Q4, which absolutely fucked me up. I'd done my best month in September, which was 197k in revenue, and then boom, ad account banned, business manager banned. Didn't get a response back for about 2 months, which absolutely buggered me in the arse. So if 2020 has taught us all one thing, is Q4 effects with Facebook ads, obviously the elections, the ad account bans, the CPMs was fluctuating through the roof, is to basically diversify across different platforms and maximise our potential to the fullest. Otherwise, you're going to be suffering massively. And this is the problem I have. I don't rely on just one platform, but Facebook is my bread and butter. I love Facebook. I'm a Facebook man. I'm still currently learning Google Ads. I know Instagram influencer marketing. I know TikTok, you know, so there I'm pretty alright at. And this is where I had to diversify across and say, right, okay, what can we do in regards of SMS marketing? And what can we do in regards of email marketing? Can we source any influencers? Can we, you know, well, let's see what Google Ads are doing. You know, this is where you need to diversify your marketing across, because sometimes you'll find your store perform better on Google Ads than Facebook ads, or vice versa, influencers, you know. That's for you to test out. So don't just take one platform as the right way. All of them are the right way. When you need to be what you call, I learned this good word from Grant Cardone, is being omnipresent. So you need to be everywhere to be noticed. So other than that, guys, there's not a lot more I'm going to cover over. I hope this has cleared up a lot of your concerns, and any questions you have around the new iOS 14 update, drop them down in the comments below. Message me through Facebook or Instagram personally as well. I personally think overall, guys, this won't have a huge effect on us as advertisers. However, everyone just be mindful to the fact, last month we thought we was all pretty much done and this could be it. So it teaches us one thing, and it's to be more diversified and overall more control in our business as we move forward. Other than that, guys, that's that from me. I'm going to be coming out with another video with a few more. I'm just waiting for a few more questions of mine to be answered. I'm going to be covering a part 2 more than likely. So we're going to find out a little bit more information on what's going on there. But other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next one.